The pivot ain't going nowhere.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate what happened to me, some would think, but I'm good. 4th and 1 ain't going nowhere. Funky Friday ain't going nowhere.
Not at all.
When you think about what happened to Emmanuel Acho, Joy Taylor, different circumstances, different networks, different situations, but this is what you have to understand. When you look at the speakeasy,
Yeah.
all right, and when you look at other sports personalities having and taking control of their own narrative, it's imperative that walking into this industry, you would be a fool, asinine behavior if you don't take that opportunity to say, number one, I need to learn as much as I possibly can because I do not know when that time is going to call when I get tapped on my shoulder. Number two, also take this as a way to bring more attention, more eyeballs, and to also magnify your personal IP. And I knew that that's what my intentions were.
Yeah.
They knew that that was what my intentions were. I was counseled to say, Cam, there's not another platform on linear television in your field like ESPN.
That's facts. He basically saying, look, I got fired. I get it. But they didn't get rid of the meat and potatoes because I already knew how the game was. They got rid of the condiments, the commercial that I was using ESPN for. That's why Stephen A. Smith got it so good, and Pat McAfee did it the other way, and he has it so well. And what's amazing about McAfee versus versus Stephen A. Smith at ESPN is that McAfee was denied the opportunity to become Stephen A. Smith, which is an employee, work here, work all the shows, build yourself up, and become the man. He was told no. And this is why it's such a beautiful life lesson. You could even shed a thug tear for it because you're like, he was told no, and then he circled back. And then they like, yo, we got to have that. Making more than anybody over there. And he's not an employee. He's a partner. A living man is a partner of ESPN Disney. He can get Jimmy Paterno on the phone and he better pick up. This ain't your employee calling you, homie. You better pick up. Sick.
And that was truer words that could not be spoken any clearer.
Yeah.
You can't make me hate ESPN.
Yeah.
What I've learned, it was an internship almost. The production value. They're the leading sports source for a reason.
Yeah.
They have the leading talent, not only in front of the camera, but behind the scenes.
Yeah.
That make sure whether it's a live show or whether it's in studio, that they are always on the cutting edge of topics and information and also how it's rolled out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, look, it's a brand and it's a machine. It's a network. See, that's the difference. Like being real right now, let's talk all three. ESPN, all their shows. All of us are doing the same thing. Got a mic, got a camera, got a person. Turn the lights on, let's go. They got obviously more resources, so theirs looks, whoa. Then you're looking at Cam's thing, you're like, oh, that's nice, that's dope. You got a fresh studio. Cam, Peggy, dope. Then you're looking at me, you're like, all right. Wiley in the bucket. But I'm like, fuck it. You know what I mean? Like, let's do it. Because ultimately, it's about message being conveyed. Ultimately. Now, you need the bells and whistles so you can sell it, right? Rolls Royce and a bucket both have an engine, but they got different shells. They look different, the different engines, right? So you got to play that game too. But Cam is saying, I played that game, but the biggest game I'm playing, I own. That's why I love Cam having that mindset.
So when the news came about, yes, I felt like anybody else would.
Because I was going to say, did you see it coming?
I didn't, but that's not the topic that I want to kind of belabor on.
Yeah.
Only thing I can look at now, I will not be going back to First Take.
Yeah.
If it was up to me, I still left with some things that you can't pay for. And that's relationships.
Yeah.
That's connections. That's to be able to say, man, dog, we can agree to disagree, bro, But boy, Ryan, boy, you brought the best out,
Mm-hmm.
man. Stephen Anthony, man, it was a plum pleasing pleasure, brother.
Mm.
Molly, respect you. Shay, respect you. Dan, respect you. Pete, everybody behind the scene. Quaker, everybody behind the scene.
Yeah.
I appreciated that because I did not have that education. I am a former athlete that did not study journalism when I had the opportunity to study it while I was studying school.
Yeah.
So now when you see certain things and you analyze and you start to say, like, this is how production works.
Yeah.
You'll be a fool not to take your notes. You'll be a fool not to network and say, hey, man, how do you do this? And then even after, hey, man, I'm calling you and blah, blah, blah. Hey, don't feel sorry.
See, this is the football player in him. This is the kid who becomes #1 overall pick, football player. You can't be tough without going through tough things. How tough are you? Look how tough he sounds. He's just like, yo, see it for what it really is. Life ain't over. Let's keep going.
This is a part of the industry that it's unfortunate that every single person, whether tenured or not, will have to face someday.
That part.
True.
Either on your terms or their terms. Your terms, I'm retired. Sometimes retire could be very sketchy because they can force you to.
Mm-hmm.
Their terms is, hey, where the company is going, you don't align with it.
Yeah.
And that's still cool. Bro, I'm a professional at what I do. And I will reiterate, you cannot, you will not make me hate my experience with ESPN. What I've been able to garner with the face of sports media and Stephen A. Smith is something that I'll take to my grave.
Yeah.
The ability to roll out information, to process information in real time, to have a vast depth of verbiage and wordplay, not just with football, but basketball, baseball, boxing, golf,
Got everything,
tennis.
brother.
That's a person that you just marvel at.
Yeah.
And you know what's crazy? He giving out them flowers. He really talking that talk. And the thing about it is, he knows that experience elevated him, not only internally but externally. Like the commercial of ESPN, Cam Newton going to this HBCU and him over there dancing with the band. Come on, man! Imprinted in your brain, stay in your brain all day.
And contrary to what anybody may say, there will never be bad blood between me and Ryan Clark.
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying this here now. I respect the man that could call me and say, hey, man, this is why I feel the way I feel. You can't hate that. You can't hate a person by being able to say, dog, you look the part, you act the part, you are the part. But still, even having all those things with you, you still may not be the right fit at that particular point in time.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever the narrative may be. Oh, man, the only reason why he was there was because of, it don't matter what you may think, homeboy. It don't matter what you think, homegirl. I'm appreciative to even have had that opportunity.
For sure.
Boy, that's game right there. Because sometimes you can get too cute for your own opportunity. You be like, first you want it. You don't care how you get it because you really want it. But then when it becomes a real opportunity and it's presented to you, sometimes people get into their own head. How did I get it? I don't want people to think like, I don't want to be looking like Bronny James out here. Man, you get your ass up in the NBA. I don't care how you, oh man, I don't want my daddy to do it. What do you think nepotism is? Why you think the greatest transfers of wealth in human history is marriage and inheritance? Sounds real familiar to me. Sounds like some nepotism, cronyism, some wifeyism, husbandism. You better get in where you fit in and get there.
Is it unfortunate? Absolutely. But don't feel sorry for me. People go separate ways from jobs that they've been with way more than what I just went through.
Mm-hmm.
But own your own. To any former athlete that's out there that see this.
Okay.
Listen, bro. Listen, sir. Hey, get you your own platform because it'll be hard to remove you from that.
Because what does that make you feel like to have your own platform? Like when you walk into something that you have created, what does that feel like? And what does that give you the option to do?
It's a constant. It's a constant of work. You have to pour into your team. That was a job that I tried to do at a high level.
Yeah.
This Iconic Saga, 4th and 1, Funky Friday, anything content can, that's my passion.
Mm-hmm.
I so happen to get paid from that too.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm more passionate about those things because when I talk to the team in pre-production, the Hassans, the Billies, the Hughes, whether it's John A on Funky Friday, when I talk with the team, Jimbo, VJ, you got shit. It don't matter. You got Rich, you got John Pierre, the whole team. Everybody knows, hey, how are we going to go? Tell us so we can execute it. When you go work for an organization like Disney, you're listening to instruction and you're trying to execute it how they want you to execute.
Correct.
Yeah, man. I mean, look, it's the same message that I'm not lying. I heard the reason why a little old ghetto boy like me goes to Columbia was not because I wanted to flex how smart I was. It was because I wanted to be received and perceived as intelligent. I've been lied on my whole life from beginning. I'm a gangster. I'm a drug dealer. You ain't going nowhere. You ain't gonna be shit. You know, like you ain't gonna make it to 18. You're gonna get shot. Like all this stuff. You know all the games you heard, all the stereotypes. And I said, man, I easily can kind of like just remove that with this opportunity. Simple as that. But you know what he's talking about is not only what you get in perception and reception. He's talking about the power you have when things go wrong. And let's be real, Cam Newton still got everything rolling still. He just lost his commercial. So now he's going to have to find other ways to get it out there. No worries. Here's the thing about me. All the stuff I've been going through, headlines last week or two, before headlines. You think a network dealing with that? So you basically, you always under their thumb and you always tethered to them. And they can wake up and have a bad day. You can wake up and have a bad day. The point is, it can still go and flow if you own it. That's what ownership allows you to fail forward. That's all this is about. I hate when it becomes all these other dimensions of it. No, money, no, all these conversations we're having about power, it's all about failing forward because we all fail. We all mess up. But some of us, the consequences are grand, sometimes grave when you mess up. Grace and mercy, as we would say, higher power. On this planet, on this day-to-day, on this how it worked for Cam and Ryan Clark, others, can I fail forward? When I mess up or when you think I messed up and you just get rid of me, can I fail forward?
That's the difference.
Mm-hmm.
So in this world of media, my question is, where do they go from here? I'm going to be paying attention because it's not to poke at it, or it's not to feel a certain type of way or be jealous. I'm intrigued because a guy like Pat McAfee has been able to flourish through it all. And it's just not with Pat. Darius Butler and his whole cast has just been unbelievable. You have to learn, and you can't take these things serious where you lose the vision of what you want. I've always been on the forefront to say, hey, man, I want to create content and hold people accountable. And just like this particular situation, yes, it's this. It gets me in my feelings. I'll be lying if it didn't. I love my time traveling back and forth to LGA, LaGuardia, and Kennedy, and all the. It didn't matter, bro. I was willing to work.
Mm-hmm.
I was willing to work, and I wanted to work. I wanted to get the experience. So now I can take all that intel and bring it back to what I own outright.
Yeah.
Feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And sure. I know it's a lot of sensitivity and like, well, how you feel, bro? You good, bro? A lot of outpouring in text message and phone calls and, hey, dog, bro, hold your head, bro. we are good.
Facts.
Basically, he's saying, like, I don't been through worse, and I got to use this for what it is. See, like, if you really in lockstep with time, and I think football players get this different than the average bear, you realize that every single play, kind of like a golf swing, is its own world in itself. And no matter how amazing that play goes, just like that golf swing, you still got another one coming. Or no matter how bad that play was, you still got another one coming until you don't. And when you don't, you ain't got time to think about it because it's over. 6 million ways to die. Choose one. Don't die every time you get bad news. Don't die every time you got something that comes at your way, and it's adverse, and you just frustrated, and you want to collapse, and you want to stay in hell instead of going through hell so you can prevail. That's what Cam talking about. Football players get that. Maybe golfers, I don't know, maybe regular laymen get it. But the point is, keep going, dog.
I appreciate it. And if you want to, just like, share, comment.
Subscribe.
Subscribe. You do that if you really rock with. Yeah, you have to bring the reality and make it real. I knew with that type of situation or that type of gig, not necessarily that it was a matter of time. I knew that in that company, you have different thoughts and opinions every single day, every season, every week, every year. And you have to prove your worth. Mm-hmm. That's not to say I didn't. That's not to say Ryan didn't or others who are going to get laid off. That's unfortunate because, yes, your confidence or your image takes a hit. It's like, dang, what happened to your boy? No. ESPN was good to me. And it's still good to me because the emails that I've garnered, the relationships, the phone numbers, those relationships is something that I can take with me and apply it in any type of capacity.
That part, talking.
So as I'm going through this, I will tell the people who may go through this or may not go through this, this is the time that you take your content extremely serious. And it's not for me to be bitter because I'm not. Mm-hmm. It's not
time to be bitter, big dog. Blah, blah, blah. Woo! Cam was dropping jewels right there. Gotta respect the gangster. Gotta respect the gangster. All right. So that's Cam Newton explaining that. Now we're gonna go straight into it because some people said, dog, Cam, you should have saw it coming. You talking about you didn't see it coming. I don't know why you didn't. And that's what's interesting from Rob Parker. And shout out to Kelvin Washington, my dog. Talked to him yesterday. They're like, Cam, this was your death nail into your heart right here. Let's go.
He said some crazy stuff that Cam just sat there. And
we're talking about the Jason Whitlock interview with Cam Newton that I thought was amazing, but I understand it didn't land well with Stephen A. Smith and others. What he was saying with the solitaire thing was basically like, what man goes to a basketball game, testosterone's in the air and decides to play solitaire? Like that kind of stuff. You get what I'm saying. Football season coming up, and you see these firings right before football because football is the moneymaker, and the moneymaker means you got all hands on deck. All hands on deck means y'all can't hide no more in y'all off seasons and your vacations. And yeah, Cam, that interview was a few months ago, and we ain't really been ramping it up yet. And yeah, Ryan Clark, you said that about Schrager, and that was during the season, so we really didn't want to be abrupt, but now we had time to think. We got distance from it, got our collective breath together, inhaled, exhaled, and that's what's crazy. So, like, once again, you can keep it real and get fired, and then you also can look out and take care and pander and still get fired. We already went through that a few minutes ago. Here's the thing about this. He's right. Kelvin is dead right. Like, dog, you can't just be up in there just letting people say whatever they want. But at the same time, when we saw that performed, when we saw Shannon Sharp, who I didn't think did anything wrong, he like, dog, I invited this dude on. He's saying stuff I didn't know about or stuff I can't fact check. I don't know. It's all his opinion or his interactions. I don't know. I wasn't there. He let him go. He let Cat Williams go. You know what that ended up being? The highest viewed video in YouTube like history for an interview. So incentives shape behavior. You can't tell Shannon or tell somebody for real, oh man, you better check them and fact check them and make sure they stay within the guardrails. The rewards are $2,000 to let them just be. And frankly, what are the rules if we're going to implement them? Because I guarantee you then, everything that we get it. Here's the thing. Once again, Kelvin's right, but also the other side is right. How do you check somebody who's coming on there to talk about somebody else and their thoughts about that person? Why you invite them if you don't want their thoughts? Like, just think about it. All right, you're right. How do you execute it? How do you implement it? This is what stops a lot of founders, like VCs and, investors. They always are getting pitched. Everyone has a great idea. There are 1 trillion great ideas. And then what knocks that trillion down to only like 1,000 is, what does that team look like? Who's going to do this? And how do you execute it? Literally, it stalls most things because they sound great up here until you got to apply them to this. How do you do an interview and you bring somebody on? If you brought me on and I start telling you what I thought of this person and you keep interrupting me or you keep telling me, I don't know about that. Well, yeah, I know you don't know because you weren't there or you don't think the same as I do. I'm telling you what doesn't add up, right? If I came on there and started saying Ice Cube wasn't no gangster for real, you know what I mean? Like, that ain't groundbreaking news. You think he was doing drive-bys and rapping like that? No. So that's what happened there. So beat up in the comments. Let me know what you think. Should Cam Newton have saw it coming or been blindsided? Did you think Cam Newton was going to get laid off or not?